I'm extremely happy with my portfolio. I'm extremely happy with the way we've played these markets as best we could, stepping lightly, just taking gains in different sectors based on different factors. And it's back to the same methodology that I taught 5 years ago. It all starts with a narrative, and your narrative is typically bullshit, and so is mine. Okay, our narrative. It's what we tell ourselves. Well, Nvidia can't go any higher, or yeah, Nvidia is going to go to 300, or Tesla can't do this forever, or you know what I mean? Just like narratives. But it begins with narratives, and you can't avoid it because you got it. So you think of the narrative. Let's think. Let's think through. Allow yourself to have the narrative, and allow the narrative to lead you to the charts. And I want you to look at the charts along with their corresponding internals. So in other words, if you like Lowe's, look at Home Depot, look at the building sector, and look at yields. If you like gold and silver and copper and palladium, well, you got to look to the US dollar and see what affects the dollar and how's the dollar doing. If you like big tech stocks, then you've got to follow the VIX. When the VIX goes higher, all big tech drops, all of it. If you like the Russell, why? Look at the charts and the market internals that affect those, like yields affects the Russell considerably. Look at the charts, look at your market internals, and look for a technical setup that supports the narrative. Once you find the technical setup, recheck and make sure there's no events that are going to get in the way, like earnings, Fed, CPI report, China tariff ending on Tuesday or whatever, right? And don't get stuck with any events in the way. And then set up your trigger to trade, which is usually if it does this, then I do that, such as Bitcoin. If we got above 115, if we could get above, the daily 50 period simple. So I had a narrative in my head that Bitcoin is not risk off, it's risk on. I think it's going to continue to move higher. That's my narrative. I look at the charts and I go, yeah, it supports it. All the market internals in the charts support Bitcoin going higher if the market is going higher. So I look for a technical setup. I have one. I have a higher highs and higher lows and a pullback, and I'm looking to take the trade. No events on Bitcoin or that I can think of with crypto that's going to get in my way. What's my trigger? If price gets above this certain level, I take the trade. And then I'll look at a setup for what strategy. Am I going to buy calls, puts, calendar, vertical, whatever? How do I bring my cost down? Do I need to hedge? What is my cut loss to exit? So I know this up front. I know exactly where I'm going to get out. I know if I want to add to the trade, I know exactly what conditions would have to exist for me to add to the trade. You see all this? You've got to know all of this that's on the screen right now. These are part of the 10 musts that matter. So if you haven't watched them, if you haven't been following my methodology, get on board here, because it's not about what to trade, it's how to trade it. And if you don't know how to trade and follow this flow, you're just going to be gambling. This is the key. I'm telling you, are there other ways of trading? I guess. But I tried many of them. And long haul, none of them worked. Never got any consistency. This was the first time, as I kind of got all of this and learned how to track my trades and put a tracker together, when I learned about allocation and how to allocate, when I learned the different strategies, how to bring my costs down, how to hedge, what's my cut loss, where do I get out if the trade doesn't work, and even more importantly, where do I add to the trade and lean in? Do I have a trigger, or am I just trading because I like the setup? Is there an event that gets in the way? Have I backed it up with market internals? Does it all fit the narrative? This is the key right here. This is the key to your success right here. Take a screenshot.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video from Trade With Me Now. Make sure to go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel so you make sure that you catch our next video right when it's released. Also, if you have a question or comment, please leave that in the comments section below. And of course, if you want to learn more about Trade With Me Now or join our community of profitable traders, go to tradewithmenow.com. There's also a link in the description below.